All right, back again with another cargo van video, and it's been a while, y'all. I just want to update y'all on what's been going on with the van, with the whole business overall. Like I said, it's been a few months now since I did a video with y'all, so I kind of just want to get y'all all caught up to what's been going on. But it's been a lot of updates, a lot of changes, and all good stuff though. Nothing bad at all. I mean, like it's some bittersweet, but like nothing too crazy. But so we're gonna start off with like the first update I want to give y'all is that okay, so where we left off at was that I'm doing three contracts. I had the Lowe's contract, I got a QC Lights contract, and then I did have the Walmart pharmacy contract. But see the Walmart one, I let go of that one. Um, just being that like with the management and then like the overall pay just wasn't adding up with the contract. Like they just weren't like I wasn't satisfied. Like I mean it was like I was having, a rough time with those guys to where like, it was times where they were short me on my money, like what I'm saying, they didn't want to pay. And then just overall like it was just real unorganized. Like the management just wasn't really like I didn't feel like they were there for us. It was kind of like they were all for themselves, and they weren't really taking care of the contractors. So it was kind of like, for an example, like a few guys, their vans, broke down or whatever. And now, granted, that's not their responsibility as far as the company that's contracting. Like they're not responsible for taking care of your van or anything like that. But just being that like they're not paying that well. Like they're paying decent, but not that well. And then also they're having you move, like I said, maybe like 2 to 4,000 pounds worth of, like paper and overall, because like this contract, their their main account is with Walmart Pharmacy, but they also have two other accounts, one with Office Depot, one with Staples. So you do like the bulk of your money that you make comes from the Walmart, but the Office Depot and Staples stuff also is a part of your deliveries too. So like we be delivering office paper and like office supplies to different businesses and stuff like that. But that was like the bulk of your weight, because like that paper is like 50 pounds. 50 pounds basically per box, and you have like sometimes you have a whole pallet of paper. So it'd be like a lot to where like you'd be moving about 2 to 4,000 pounds every day. So like with that amount, you gotta figure like if you're doing that every day, riding on all day with all that paper, like that can wear out your van. So it's kind of like, I mean, I just feel like as a as a company that you're working for, like I think that it's only right that they should like at least give you some time to get your van straightened out, or possibly help you get it straightened out if they can. But it was a situation where like a guy, a few people, their vans broke down, and it was like, well, they had permanent routes, but they weren't even willing to give them time to get straightened out. They kind of just like pushed them out, found somebody else, and just kept on moving. So me, I'm just like, I don't know. I just like that type of stuff right there. I look at to where it's like, well, it just seems like there's no real loyalty to it. So it's kind of like, I'm only gonna be as loyal to you as you are to me. So it's like, and if I feel like you're not gonna be loyal as a company, I'm not gonna be that loyal. But so that was like one of the things that I just didn't like. And then overall, like I said, the money situation where they were short me on my money, and like it's just having to hold their hand, making sure that you're doubling down on your pay, that they're paying you the right amount of money. Because there was times where like you they would short you, and it'd be like $100, $200. Like that's a lot of money to be shorting somebody. So that happened a few times, and it was kind of getting a little annoying. So yeah, so like I said, I was already kind of like, as I was going through the contract, I was already kind of having my little things where I'm like, well, I'm not really liking this that much. So I was trying my best to kind of like, just deal with it while I could until my van was paid off, and I planned on leaving anyway. But so like it just like I don't know, I kind of like had a point to where it was like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna go. So like I ended up just basically leaving, like not even saying, like I just stopped going. And like I had put in, like I had already contacted a few other contracts. Like I put in like sent my resume over to them, and I was kind of waiting on some updates from some other contracts, but I hadn't had anything that was already in place. But luckily, it was like a week later after I left that one, I got a call from a company called KSI Auto Parts, and that's who I'm with now. And it's a whole lot better. Like it's like I'm moving. I'm dealing with car parts, so like mainly hoods, fenders, bumpers, tail lights, headlights. So I'm just delivering car parts or whatever, and I'm going to like Caliber Collision, Gerber, Mako, like all the places that do like the body part, collision centers or whatever. But so and a few smaller shops too. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now, and like they're paying better. It's a better company as far as like they're organized. Like everybody there is on. We're all on the same page. Like everybody's. It's like you can kind of feel when you're in an environment where people are like more. Like I said, it's like they care more about their drivers. So and contractors, drivers, whatever. But you can tell that they care more about them. Like they do stuff for us and stuff. So it's like one of the things is we have a discount on parts. So if we were to happen to need parts for any of our vehicles, we get a discount on those parts or whatever. So just little stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like just having meetings and like they're kind of like everybody's staying on the same page. It kind of felt more like a team, because the other contract we didn't have that. It was kind of like you just come in there, you work and you go, and that's it. But so yeah, so I'm doing that now. I basically had to replace the Walmart one or whatever for that, and like I said, they're paying me better money, and it's just a better environment all the way around. And on top of the fact that like with the last contract I was doing like in between 30 to 40 stops a day on average, which is a lot. So I was having days where I wouldn't get home till like maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So now with this new one with the KSI Auto Parts, I get there around like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm normally done by like I say in between 12 to 1 o'clock, which is real good. To where like like when I get off, I got a full day ahead of me. I can go do more work if I want to. I got time to get way more stuff situated with it being like that. So that's a real big plus. On top of the pay, they're paying better money, and the parts, the stuff that I'm moving, nothing's over like 30 pounds. So like, and like I said, I'm doing like with them, I'm doing like I said, around I say about 8 to 15 stops. So that's why it doesn't take that long, because I'm not doing a whole lot of stops, and it's smaller. Like the stuff weighs a lot less, so it's not like I'm having to lug stuff around or anything. Like I said, with that last contract, I was having to move hundreds of pounds of paper into like different office buildings and different places, to where it was like some places had elevators, some didn't. So you have to physically take each one up there. It was a whole lot. So now that's over with. Like I said, I'm doing the other contract. It's a lot easier, and it's better pay, better company. So I've let go of that, and yeah. So that's one of the main changes. The next change is going to be, well, not going to be, but the next change is that like I want to say like when we left off, I did a video. My last video, I was saying that I had like until November to get my van paid off. That was like my goal or whatever. But about I say it was like in about the end of February, a guy. So this is a crazy situation how it happened, but a guy basically rear-ended me in my van back in end of February, and he hit me like on the highway. So he's probably going about like 50, 60 miles an hour. But so the damage was where like he basically kind of dented it in my bumper a little bit, and he also dented it in the back end of it on my side of my van. So the last few months or so, we've been in the process of getting this claim straightened out and figured out, because the guy didn't have insurance. So that was a real big thing or whatever. But what ended up happening was like just like a couple weeks ago, we finally got set up to go to Caliber to get the van repaired or whatever. And so Progressive did their initial estimate themselves, and they thought it was going to be like around 2 to 3K. But what happened was that we sent it to Caliber and they did the estimation on it, and because like the visible damage is not, it looks really real minor. Like I said, it's just a dent on the side, and then the bumper is like a little bit, is busted up or whatever, but it's nothing that looks anything, nothing real serious or whatever. But apparently from what Caliber told us is that the post was damaged, so they have to replace the post in order to fix the van or whatever. But and they were saying that to get that post fixed, it was gonna be like around, like overall it would have been like 15K for everything. So that was well over what the estimation was for Progressive, and it was also over the value of the van from what what they were saying. Like I think it's like if it's over 75% of the value, it's got to be marked as a total loss. So that's basically what they had to do, to where like they had it marked as a total loss. And like I said, the guy didn't have insurance. So leading up to all this, like it was kind of already kind of weird because I didn't really know the process, because I've been in accidents before, but not with somebody that didn't have insurance. So what happened was they had to basically use my uninsured motorist to cover it, and luckily I had that. But yeah, so they got that's how we got it covered. But with it coming out as a total loss, they gave me two options. Like one option would have been to scrap the van, and they were gonna give me like right at like 15K to scrap the van or whatever, and then I would have had to take the money that was owed to the lien holder and pay it out of that 15K, and then whatever was left on top, I would have got to keep in pocket to get another van. And my second option was going to be to keep the van, and they were going to also pay me some money, but it would have been less than what, that 15K or whatever. So I just went ahead and went with keeping it, because like during the time that I was waiting to get it set up for repair, I've been still doing work the whole time. So it was no point of me scrapping it, knowing that it's still, I could still do my work with it. I could still get my stuff done with it. It wasn't like that serious. So yeah, I kept the van, and they gave me the money to basically pay off the van, and it was like a couple $100 left over on top, for me or whatever. But I got enough money to pay off my van, so it got paid off 6 months earlier, and I'm still able to do my contract and my work, with it. So that happened to be like a blessing in disguise, because like I said, I had like right at 6 months left to get it paid off, and I got lucky with that because they paid it off for me early, on top of the fact of me getting this contract set up. So now I'm making more money and the van's paid off, so I'm just all the way in the green at this point. So but those are the two big updates I want to tell y'all about, because I'm pretty sure it's been so long, I'm pretty sure y'all probably thought I stopped doing this, but nah, I've been going full-fledged. I just been like going through all that stuff, and it's been kind of crazy. But yeah, so van's paid off, got a new contract, making more money. So at this point, the next step is going to be to I say probably around like middle of next year, to get a second vehicle, either another van or a box truck. And at that point, I'll just get me a driver, and I'll pay them to either drive the van I got now or drive the new vehicle. But so yeah, like I said, so everything's actually like, it's starting to look up. It's starting to look up, like to where like everything's gonna be perfectly fine. Like I'm kind of getting to that sweet spot of this whole thing, to where like I can actually like sit back and enjoy the fruits of the labor. So but yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to get more consistent with these videos, but like it's kind of hard, but I gotta get more consistent with it. But if you can tell, I don't know if you can tell or not, but like I've got a new phone too, so like the clarity on this video is probably a little better than my normal videos. I got the iPhone 15 Pro now, so that's another thing where I'm feeling like I gotta kind of take advantage and start like doing more videos and using it for its purpose. One of its purposes to create content. So I'm gonna get on it and start getting more active and try to keep on posting these videos and kind of stay consistent with these videos. But I just wanted to tell y'all those big updates or whatever. And let's say like, yeah, if you guys got any questions or anything, just hit me up on my Instagram at Cargo Van Leo. or just leave some comments on here and I'll help you out or whatever. And yeah, just let me know how's it been going. It's been a while since I've talked to y'all on here, so let me know what's been going on in y'all life, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy.